It's foolish from Rodeo Realty. They submitted a purchase contract in one of our listings, and they had a buyer representation broker compensation agreement signed, but they filled in no compensation. So on the seller payment to buyer's broker form, the SPVV, the seller's obligation to pay commission is limited to the BRBC. So if you have a blank in there, even if the seller agrees in a purchase contract to pay the cooperating broker's commission, there is no commission that the seller is going to have to pay if someone is dumb enough to leave the compensation field blank on the BRBC, which is a buyer representation broker compensation agreement. Would anyone like me to repeat that again?
No.
Yep. No. Okay.
We submitted the wrong one. Here's the correct.
Oh, you know what? That's your problem, right? So you shouldn't be showing property without a representation agreement that's filled in completely. It's a violation of the settlements and what was brought to my attention. That could raise litigation subsequently because we would be violating the terms of the settlement. So in the BRBC, if you're going to use that or any representation agreement, you need to fill in the compensation. Why would you work for free? Yes.
On the listing side, should we have the agent show us that before we have a showing on our listing?
There's no obligation to do that. But I would, once there's a purchase contract that's accepted, then you're entitled to get a copy of that agreement to show the compensation that the buyer's obligated to pay the cooperating broker. And in no case is a seller obligated to pay more than what's on that BRBC. So let's assume the cooperating broker sends you an offer, it's accepted, they want 3% commission, and your seller agrees to it. But once you get the BRBC, it says 2% commission. The seller has no obligation to pay more than what's on that BRBC, which is showing 2%.
So I have a question. I think probably as a leasing agent, no matter what, you want open escrow, you should ask the buyer agent to show the buyer agreement. Because if they're dumb enough, didn't put anything, even seller willing to pay something, because you confirm there's no commission, because that's how they sign, so you don't need to pay. I think just in case whatever you got, even as a leasing agent, you should ask.
Are you saying before or after you have an accepted offer?
After.
Yeah, after you have an accepted offer. I would not be concerned about it before, because you know, on the seller payment to buyer's broker, that's going to be the worst possible case, right? In regards to what the seller is going to pay, and the seller may pay less because the representation agreement that's signed between the cooperating broker and the buyer could be less.
Whatever, as a leasing agent, you should ask.
Always, after there's an accepted offer, you should always get that compensation agreement. So what's associated with the BRBC, there's 5 pages. So you're entitled to get at least the 5th page because it shows the compensation that the buyer's obligated to pay their agent. You don't need the entire agreement, but you need at least page 5. If it's the property showing addendum, PSRA, then you would ask for the entire agreement. It's only 2 pages because there's no way to separate the compensation and the signature page. Whereas the BRBC has compensation on page 1 and page 5. That's where the signatures from the buyers occur together with repeating the compensation, if that makes sense. As for the whole agreement, let him say no, right? And we'll fight about it afterwards.
Don't you have to send it to escrow though?
You would, because escrow, let's assume, why would you do that? But escrow is not entitled to take that document and share it with the other party. But you would do that because, say, for example, the seller is only willing to pay 1%, but you have a representation of 3% with your buyer. Well, you would want to submit that to escrow because they should be charging the buyer that 2% delta. Yes, exactly. And it's an irrevocable demand. There's no other way to document it at this point in time.
So, yeah, forgive me, I've been out of it for a little while I was away, and it seems as though that the BRBC then has taken on more importance than I think we originally figured it would, right? If you're saying that whatever agreement I make with the buyer is going to affect potentially how much the seller could compensate me, that doesn't seem right. It seems, so if I agree with them that it's 2%, but I can get the seller to compensate me 3%, you're saying that's not the case.
That's not the case.
That doesn't seem right or ethical. It doesn't.
I don't think anybody in this room is gonna disagree with you, but that's unfortunately,
Buyer affect what I can get to. negotiate.
that's the way it is. It doesn't matter from where the sources are that are paying the cooperating brokers commission,
Out
you're
of
going
all
to,
this whole thing, that seems absolutely ridiculous. You know, that's
unfortunately, that's
Yeah.
what's being imposed on us.
weird.
So it's very unfortunate, no question about that. And then a couple of other things, you remember, please don't offer any compensation on the MLS, private remarks, so on and so forth. But there's nothing that stops you from in the private remarks to say that the seller's willing to entertain a concession. Just don't say anything about compensation. So if you want to convey some kind of a message, the seller's willing to offer some type of concession. You can do that also.
I did notice on the MLS, you can check the box that says variable rate.
And that's still going to hold true because it still could be true. Does everybody understand what a variable rate commission is? Okay, all right. So in the event, and it was more prominent before the change, I don't think it's going to be as relevant now, but that field's not going away, Mike. If a variable rate commission, I took a listing contract and I said, okay, Mr. Seller, you're going to pay me 5%, but if I represent both buyer and seller, you only pay me 4%. So you would say yes to the variable rate compensation field on the MLS. And what did it do? It actually gave the cooperating broker the opportunity to contact the listing agent to say, what is the differential? Because the listing agent has an undue advantage over the cooperating broker because seller's going to pay 1% less. And the rule still stands that the cooperating broker has an obligation to disclose that to their buyer. Sounds odd to me, but that's the way the rules read. So it still could occur, Mike, and that's a very good question, that the listing agent could, by modifying the listing contract, pay something less than what they agreed to in the listing contract if they represent both parties. Now, the current listing contract doesn't even lend itself to that because there is no offer of no compensation that the listing agent is entitled to if they're representing the buyer also. There's only one other field. There's three fields or two fields. I get paid if I sell the house, right? I get paid if I sell the house and the buyer's unrepresented. So there's nothing in the listing contract that says I get paid for representing the buyer. So what would you have to do as a listing agent? You would submit the offer. You would submit the seller payment to buyer broker as any other cooperating broker would, asking the seller to pay that compensation. Or, now to require to say yes to the variable rate compensation field, you'd have to modify the listing contract to say, if I represent both buyer and seller, this is what you're going to pay me. So there's no CAR forms that accommodate that at this point in time. And who knows if they ever will.
But you could do it with an addendum to it.
Yeah, we could do it with an addendum to that, as a matter of fact, yes. So showing property, you're supposed to have a representation agreement. You don't fill in the compensation agreement and someone tells on you, it's a $2,500 fine. So, and I just got confirmation from CRMLS that they're going to enforce that. No compensation in that. They're going to fine you. Yeah.
It must also have a beginning and ending date to be valid.
Oh yeah. Well, the BRBC is limited to 3 months anyways.
I'm not saying I've seen anybody submit something with no dates in it.
If there's no dates, it's probably not, it may not be enforceable because it's not definitive. Yeah. Are you ready, Cecilia?
I am.
Okay. Anyone have any questions before we begin? No. Let's introduce Cecilia Castillo. So we're gonna make your life easier, right? And we're going to use the power of AI and
Yes.
knowledge to tell us how to use it, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Exactly. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, I was a little late, but I had a little malfunction and I had to change computers and it was a mess. But we're here now. I'm gonna have to sit. I'm sorry. Can everybody hear me? Kind of? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna talk about artificial intelligence and how we can use it in real estate. I wanted to give you more of an idea of using AI more as an assistant for everything you need to do, rather than just real estate, but you know, we're doing real estate here, so here we go. By the way, all of this presentation was created using AI. So we can do pretty much everything. AI is not the future of technology. It's a technology of today that's shaping our future. Like there's no way around this. Either you get on this boat or you're gonna have a really hard time trying to catch up with everybody else. It's because one of the main things about AI is its scalability. So before, or probably a lot of you still are thinking about the type of content that you want to provide to your clients and how do I get this and how do I word this and who am I talking to? Am I talking to boomers? Am I talking to millennials? How can I kind of perfect this type of message? But first, before we talk about AI, I want you to start thinking about your audience, because before you start creating any type of material, you need to figure out who you're talking to. Step one, in any successful social media strategy is finding an understanding of your audience. It can vary widely depending on your farm location. Step two, once you've identified where you're farming, start gathering some information. So, I mean, I don't have any idea, but let's say, I don't know, Costa Mesa, probably a lot of millennials live there right now because, you know, they have like this type of houses that they have like an office on the bottom floor.
Mixed use property.
Exactly. And that is the type of property that millennials are looking for. So if you are trying to sell or help buy houses in Costa Mesa, you have to know that you need to talk to millennials. Because if you have a message that's directed to boomers because you are saying like, you want to downsize? I'm a millennial. Why would I downsize? Like it doesn't make any sense. Step three, once you know who they are, where they live, and what they're into, then you can start creating content that resonates. So before we even start using AI, you need to know what you're asking for. So here's the gather information part. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Can I?
You should be able to minimize the.
I
windows on the
know.
Right.
Okay, I can minimize. Oh, here. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. It's sort of one of, okay, there we go. Gather information, age and lifestyle, life stage. Different age groups have different housing needs. Younger adults might be looking for starter homes, what I was saying, while older adults might be looking to downsize. It's not the same thing to live in Costa Mesa than, I don't know, Lake Forest, Costa de Casa is not the same demographic. Income levels, this determines the type of properties people can afford. I mean, are we trying to sell millennials houses that are $20 million? I don't think they're gonna be able to afford them. So, you know, don't waste time messaging millennials, let's say. Occupation and employment trends, predominant industries, can't read what it says, but it gives insights to economic stability of the population and their housing needs. Home ownership versus rental rates. Some areas may have higher rates of home ownership while others may have more renters. Imagine that you decide to farm near your home, but you have no idea who lives there. And it turns out that most people that live there are renting. You know, like they're probably there for like a year and you don't even know, and you're spending marketing money just completely wasted with the wrong people. Population growth, cultural and ethnic communities, maybe, I'm sorry if I say the wrong thing here, but I'm trying to teach something. But let's say I'm Mexican, right? Maybe I want to talk to people that speak Spanish feel way more comfortable with me than someone that is Korean, let's say. So maybe you want to know where your group or the people that you want to talk to live in, right? Local amenities and services, the availability of amenities like school, parks, shopping centers. We live right next to UCM, so there's a lot of student communities that might be looking for leases if that's what you're looking to do. Thank you, Carlos. Okay. Social media across generations. Generation Z, what they're interested in, technology and innovation, social justice and activism, creative expression, gaming and interactive media, educational content. Where do they live? They live in TikTok and Instagram. Why am I telling you this? Let's say that you want to talk to these people, right? How do I translate technology and innovation, social justice, into content? So I would say gaming and interactive media, right? A lot of these people are going to be looking for rooms to play video games. I don't know if you notice, I have a lot of millennial friends that are looking for homes and looking for specific types of rooms so they can just have a humongous screen and play video games all day. So you know that if you want to talk to these people, maybe you want to like talk about these things. They're interested in these things. Millennials, I'm a millennial. Career development, health and wellness, travel and experiences, sustainable living, parenting. A lot of my friends are becoming parents right now. They're looking for homes that have extra rooms for their kids, sustainable living. You know, I care about the world. What are like, is this a smart home? What is it bringing to what I, fighting for? I'm fighting for yes. Generation X. Work-life balance, financial security, home improvement, health and wellness, nostalgia from the 80s and 90s. So I'm just saying, this all gives you idea of the type of content that these people are interested in. So now you have an idea, I'm gonna say something. So like baby boomers. I have this idea that baby boomers live in Rancho Santa Margarita, Lake Forest, go to Lake Casa. So retirement, I'm sorry again, this is demographics.
Thanks for that, I appreciate it.
So maybe these people want to downsize. Their kids are gone. So you now have the right message for them. Costa Mesa. People that are looking for spaces where they can work remotely, etc. So now you can start customizing your messages, right? So this is just about demographics, and it was just like a little pause before we go into AI. Now, what is artificial intelligence? My point with this was think about who you're talking to. Where's your farm? Okay, let's go back to artificial intelligence. AI is the use of computer systems to simulate human mental processes, such as interpreting and generating language. In the context of real estate, AI analyzes data, learns from data, makes predictions and recommendations based on what it understands. There's some typo there. It's about working smarter, not harder. To me, the main use you're going to have for AI is scalability. Before, you probably could think of like, 1 week of content. What am I going to put? I have no idea. And I have a newsletter and a blog post. And so it's too much. You don't have time for this. So now you have tools like this where you can just put a prompt, like give me 3 Instagram posts directed to buyers, to sellers, and make them think about their equity, the equity they're sitting on. Boom, and it gives you exactly 3 Instagram posts, and you can say, be aware of SEO and give me hashtags. Every single little thing you need for digital marketing right now, it gives you it by just asking for it. You don't need to learn how to program. The learning curve is ridiculous. Like, you need to get on board with this. Why use artificial intelligence? It saves you time. That's the main thing. You need to, I think a good real estate agent, most of their time must be spent networking, meeting people, being out there, like engaging with the community, what's happening. So you don't have time to create all of this marketing calendar, and I have to post in I don't know how many platforms. So it saves you time. Consistency. It ensures your messaging is consistent across all platforms, enhancing your brand presence. Personalization. It can tailor anything for a specific audiences. Like maybe you can say, I am having an open house in Costa Mesa. And the main demographic there are millennials. Give me a message, as broad as that is, give me a message that might be appealing to them. Boom, and I'll give you something. Maybe you can like, craft it a little better, but it'll give you the main idea. You don't have to spend 20 minutes thinking, how am I gonna talk to a person that's 20 years younger or 20 years older? Scalability, whether you need one post or hundreds, AI can scale your content needs without sacrificing quality. Incorporating AI into your content strategy gives you a competitive edge and helps you stay ahead in the dynamic real estate market. Some of the applications of AI in real estate: crafting property descriptions. Now, I deal with all of your listings and I post them on social media, and I know who of you are already using AI. Most of you just copy paste it. You have to read what you're doing, because I've seen, because when it does it, it creates descriptions that are humongous. That's not good when you're doing digital marketing. It's a lot of text. So you want to be succinct. You want to be like, these are the features of the house. It also helps because of SEO. Like it keeps tracking, it makes the keyword tracking way easier if you just get rid of words that should not even be there. So crafting property descriptions, generating social media content, market insights and trends analysis. This is really cool. Streaming your workflow. This is also what I'm talking about. Not only to create, don't use AI only to create content, but use it, start thinking about it like an assistant of yours. There are a ton of actually new companies, all of them from San Francisco, obviously, that are working on products for real estate agents that they're basically selling you assistance. What do you need? How can we do to streamline everything from every type of transaction document you need to do? It does everything. So start playing with this so you know when you actually need, because you will have an AI assistant. Trust me. So start, what's the word? Training, because the crap here is learning how to create prompts. There are schools right now that teach you solely how to write prompts or to ask for whatever you want. So start playing with it. Okay. If anyone wants to stop me or thinks that, wants to contribute with anything, please. Crafting. Okay, so I'm going to go through all of them and we're going to do like examples. Crafting property descriptions. ChatGPT can help you turn basic details into compelling. So let's say this is what you have. No, this is what you're going to tell ChatGPT. Write a captivating and detailed description for a 6-bedroom. This I copied from a listing I saw yesterday on Coldwell Banker. 6-bedroom. This house, by the way, was $16 million. 6-bedroom, 12-bath, 18,500 square feet home in Newport Beach with stunning ocean views. Analyze it, provided pictures to enhance the description by highlighting key features such as architectural details, interior design elements, and outdoor spaces that complement the scenic surroundings.
So this is a dumb question, but obviously you were able to upload the pictures?
Yeah.
Or tell it to where to look for the pictures?
So I can upload them.
I see.
So we're going to do this to see, what it does. The thing here is, people, that this is
Are you
under.
using Chat GPT or Meta AI?
All of this is through ChatGPT. There are a gazillion products, but to me, most of the products that are out there are using OpenAI technology. So it's basically the same thing. They're just changing, to whatever suits their needs for like pictures or specific things. But I'm just gonna go here. And where should we start? Okay, so I'm just gonna have to type it because I can't copy paste it, but I'm gonna be really quick. Right? Jesus Christ. Okay, captivating home description for a Let's do this.
You're a very entertaining speaker, by the way.
Thank you so much. I'm trying here. Let's just do something real fast. Let's go to, and I'm gonna write Laguna Beach. Let's go to Laguna Beach. And I'm just gonna grab a house here. Come on. All right. So this has this, right? I want to go here.
It's not your house, Mike.
No.
for- Doesn't matter, you can put it like that, I don't know. Stunning ocean views. Take into consideration the pictures attached, right? That's it. I mean, I'm just trying to be as fast as possible. The idea is that you use the prompt that I had in the presentation because I actually tested those, but I'm gonna attach files. So beforehand, I'm gonna go to the latest downloads, documents, desktop. Here, I uploaded these 3 pictures for the exercise. You can't see them, but they're pretty. They're actually from this. I uploaded these pictures, just 3 of them.
Did you drag that?
I downloaded them beforehand, so I had them in my desktop.
Or when you got it on?
There's a paperclip here, and then you can attach file, upload from your computer, blah, 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 blah. So I'm just gonna go and see what it does. And it doesn't work. All right, there we go. Okay, for the ones that can read, I can't. I'm just gonna read what it says. Immerse yourself in luxury at this exquisite 4-bedroom, 7-bath, 4,061 square feet home boasting breathtaking panoramic ocean views, situated on a dramatic bluff. Okay, I was just gonna tell you this. Dramatic bluff. What is this? A dramatic bluff. Okay. This is an architectural marvel, seamlessly blends indoor and outdoor living, offering expansive vistas from nearly every room. Step into a modern open concept living space where floor to ceiling windows frame the endless horizon floating. Blah, 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 blah. Key features, breathtaking ocean views from every room, open concept design with floor to ceiling windows, private courtyard, pool surrounded by lush greenery. What?
Wow,
Yeah.
it's impressive.
So what if you wanted to narrow it down a little bit?
Just
You
say-
can just say shorten
just say,
it.
please make this short.
Literally,
It's really great.
you
Great.
say shorten it. I can spell shorten, I promise. Shorten it. There we go. Voila. Experience unparalleled oceanfront living.
Wow.
What? I want to live there. All right, let's keep. So that's the one for crafting property descriptions, right? Let's go to another one. Generating social media content. Keep your social media fresh. Generate Instagram and Facebook captions, blog posts, and newsletters. Now, what I had here, and I'm going to show you why. It says, create 2 Instagram posts that educate home sellers on leveraging their home equity when selling, emphasizing the financial benefits, market timing, and how equity can be reinvested. Now, obviously, I would have to write all of that down. Oh, you want to see something really cool?
Yes.
I just thought about it.
Yes.
Give me 1 second, because, Carlos, do you know how I can get a screenshot? So I can do a screenshot here?
Yeah, you're gonna do control and then print screen button.
Oh, okay, okay.
Or alt print
But it
screen.
won't let me like,
Try all print screen.
there we go. Control. It didn't work, it doesn't matter. But what I was gonna do was, because I can't, copy paste that, what I normally do, because it's really cool too, let's say that you can't copy a text because it's protected or whatever. You take a screenshot of whatever the text, so in this case, I would take a screenshot of this, and then you can upload it to ChatGPT and says, read this for me, and da 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 da, and do this, whatever. So you don't even have to type anything. You can just upload text as an image, and it'll know exactly what you want. But we can't do this right now. So I said, create 2 Instagram posts that edit, well, I already read that. And I'm telling you this because this is what I do for social media. I have a content calendar, right? So let's say that this is October. So I know this is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So this is what I need to post for the month of September. So I know that on Monday, I need a market update. I need a neighborhood spotlight, a new listing, neighborhood spotlight. Client, I just put like every type so you kind of have an idea what you could use. Personal ads, city spotlight, new lease, and this is what I wanted you to see. Home buying tip goes first week, home selling tip second, home buying tip. So you need 2 home selling tips per month and 2 home buying, right? So that is what I had here. Create 2 Instagram posts that educates home sellers, and then you're gonna have another prompt, create 2 Instagram posts for home buyers, right? So now I'm gonna go to ChatGPT because I know I need 2 Instagram posts, create 2 Instagram posts, because yeah, Instagram posts that educate home sellers on their equity. Direct them to sellers in Coto de Casa. Talk about down sizing and equity. Give me relevant hashtags and pertinent CTAs. CTAs are call to action. So anything you do in marketing has to end with a CTA. What are you asking people to do with this information? Call to action. So let's see what this does.
And this is the free version of Chat GPT, correct?
No, this is a paper.
This is the paper.
But if you are ever thinking about paying for something, pay for ChatGPT. It's $20 a month. This is if you actually create content. If you don't, then. But if you are like really wanting to like scale your marketing abilities, this is it. Because you really, it took me a minute? So let's see what it says. Unlock the power of your home's equity. Are you a homeowner in Coto de Casa considering downsizing? Your home's equity could be the key to a more flexible lifestyle. If you lived in your home for years, chances are you've built significant equity. Now might be the perfect time to sell, downsize, and make that equity work for you, whether it's funding your next dream home or investing in other opportunities. What is equity? So what I would do here is, this is just the social media description. I still need to create the graphic, right? So what I would do is, what is equity? I would grab and put in the graphic and then have the rest for the social media description. And this is the CTA. Curious about how much equity you have? DM me for a free home equity analysis. Or this could be your graphic, free home equity analysis today. Find out how much money you're sitting on. And then you go and tell all of these people in Coto de Casa that have these humongous houses, like, oh, maybe we should downsize, honey. No, maybe. I don't know.
Which tool do you use for generating graphics these days?
Canva. Canva is the main thing. Canva just actually started using AI as well. It's $12.
Adobe as well, yeah.
Yeah, but Adobe,
not
you're
very
still a little bit of a learning curve. I think Canva is way more approachable for like the everyday people.
Have you tried Midjourney or anything like that?
I tried Midjourney. I don't think it's necessary to pay for 2 services because you can also create graphics here. So
And you use Canva anyway.
exactly,
right?
yeah. Also with Canva, you have all of the stuff for audio, video, photographs, like no more going to Google and house on a beach and then worrying about copyright, et cetera, et cetera. Pay for this. I recommend it. And then the other one, is it time to downsize? Maximize your home's equity. Go to the Casa homeowners. If you're thinking about downsizing, now might be the perfect time. Blah, 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 blah. You have your 2 posts. And then you do it. So now you know that you have those 2, but now, I know I'm up there, sorry. Here. So now you have these 2, the home selling, and then you go for the home buying. And all of this you can do in one Sunday. One Sunday while you're bored in an open house, you're gonna be, you know what? I'm gonna create my content cabinet. It'll take you, I promise, 2 hours, because then I'm not gonna go into it right now. But once you have this in your computer, like you download the pictures, you have this information, you use Facebook MetaSuite, and then you can upload and schedule everything. Am I right, John?
You are right. So Celia's shown me all this stuff. I'm using Canva. I'm a technological idiot and I can use it and put things together. And all this stuff makes total sense.
Thank you, John. I paid him for that.
It'll be even better if I ever get a listing.
There we go. Okay. So, creating market updates. Share valuable market insights, provide your clients with data-driven insights using AI. Creating, and this is a prompt. Again, I'm just giving you examples of prompts. Create a social media post about recent real estate trends in Irvine with a compelling engaging text paragraphing, and clear call to action that encourages sellers to leverage current market conditions. Now, how is it gonna know about the recent market conditions? There are 2 ways. If you are paying for it, what you can do is, what did I say? I'm so sorry. Create social media posts. I'm gonna say, let's create a newsletter, no, a blog post. Create a succinct blog post about the real estate market trends in Irvine. Do research. Let's see what it does. I'm not gonna read it all. I mean, the thing is, see how it says searching the web. This is what is scary, people. You can ask for anything. I've even developed like what I'm going to eat for the next month, and it gives me recipes and what I need to go and get to the supermarket in what aisle is in. It's ridiculous what you can. It's just a matter to learn how to ask for things.
Cecilia.
Yes.
I used it a couple months ago going on a short trip to Boston, and it gave me the most perfect itinerary.
Exactly.
Like I told them, how old we were, that we had a rental car, what time our flight was arriving and what time we were departing, what hotel we were staying at. And it even got smart enough to say, you want to avoid this freeway or this highway at certain times.
That's
Exactly.
great.
Who are we? No one, people. No one. Okay. Irvine real estate market trends for 2024. Taka, 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 taka. Okay, I wanna show you something. Let me see if there's something. Okay. I'm just gonna read the first one. As of mid-2024, the median home price has reached approximately 1.7 million, reflecting a significant year-over-year increase of nearly 16%. This growth is driven by high demand, desirable amenities, and Irvine's reputation for excellent schools, and a strong job market, particularly in the tech sector. Homes in Irvine are selling quickly, averaging just 25 to 34 days on the market. The city is also seeing multiple offers on properties, with many homes selling for 2/8% above their asking prices. Popular neighborhoods like Portola Springs, Woodbridge, and Northwood remain highly competitive, with homes priced significantly higher than in previous years. What? Now, this is important. How do I know this is true? I don't. So this is a caution tale as well.
I have a little input here. there's like you said, there's so many solutions, right? Many of them are built on ChatGPT, OpenAI's model. And perplexity.ai will cite the sources.
Actually, what I wanted, these will cite sources as well. I just don't know why it didn't show. Maybe I changed it, but it actually, let's say it finishes here and it has like a little link that you
Yeah.
can click and it gives you where it took it from.
Yeah.
But my point with this is please check what it outputs, because you never know.
It lies too.
It lies, it also
It
hallucinates.
really will.
The hallucination is actually the term they use. And what it happens is, let's say that I ask, create a succinct blog post about the real estate market trends in Irvine, do research. I don't like this, right? And I ask to change this specifically, shorten it. I don't know, make it, da, da, da. So I've been changing it for five times, 5 different prompts. It starts hallucinating because it can retain all of that information. So it starts giving you nonsense. So after 3 prompts, start over, because otherwise it will hallucinate. Moving on, but no, wow. Okay, let's go back. Streamlining your workflow. Save time, stay productive. Brainstorm content ideas, draft emails, or write blog posts. Write an email to a client about upcoming open houses in their area. Now, this is what I do. Whenever I write an email, I just write the things that come out in my head. I don't necessarily do it like rationally, like Richard, hi. I need like I'm not trying to be, I always try to be professional, obviously. But now that I have this, I just write the main idea. I go to ChatGPT to like, please make it professional. Boom, copy paste. Now I shouldn't have said that. Oh.
Your writing has become much better.
But see, I'm just, this is a teachable moment. Say what I do. But this is my point. Now you can draft emails, write blog posts, like try to streamline everything.
Write a
Don't
letter to
waste.
grandma.
Exactly. Yes, I'm pretty sure people do that too.
Just to throw out there, like, as an example, for a new business, I built not just the website, but I even AI generated the logo. All of the graphics in the website and all of the copy was all fed through and refined through ChatGPT, every single piece of it.
It's kind of scary because we don't know how this is gonna end, honestly. And I really think that in the next 10 years, things are gonna be completely different. But, start getting used to these type of tools, because there's actually, I've been seeing a lot of classes for digital literacy. Because will be at a point where, there's a lot of people that don't know how to use Excel or Microsoft Office, or you need to know at least the basics to even keep up with what's going to happen technologically. So please try to learn these things. Oh, okay. Well, this is interesting. Market insights and trends analysis. Analyze recent real estate market trends in Orange County, focusing on blah, 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 blah. The difference, we're gonna do now, instead of just asking him to do research, let's say that you found this article that was like really succinct and really like self-explanatory on how the market is in Orange County. So I found this. This has its core logic, intelligence, Case-Shiller Index, June 2024, right? So what I'm gonna do is, how am I gonna do this? Okay, let's see. For logic, market. Okay, I'm gonna use this, okay? Use home prices inside September 2024. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab the link, right? And I'm gonna tell ChatGPT, create a, I don't even know, a newsletter introduction. Introduction. And take this link into please know that this is a terrible prompt. This is very pressing, like I'm in a lot of pressure here, but this could be way better. Okay, so I pasted the link there, okay? Let's see what it does. I didn't say anything. It just said, okay, there we go. September 2024 Real Estate Market Trends Newsletter Introduction. Welcome to our September 2024 Market Update. This month, we dive into the latest real estate trends shaping the industry with valuable insights into home prime forecasts, housing demand, blah, 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 blah. According to the latest CoreLogic report, home price growth has remained resilient, with national home prices increasing by 5.3 year over year, despite earlier concerns about affordability and inventory shortages. For a deeper dive into the national trend, check out our CoreLogic report here. Now you can tell it to make it more succinct, like longer, it depends. It would have given me more information, but because it's an introduction for a newsletter, it gave me this. It's kind of remarkable because it could have just given me like, look how big the link or the, so it went through all of this, people. And I could probably say, does it say something about, or maybe what you could do is like, I really don't want to read about this. Or, you know, a lot of the things that I read, they talk about a lot of the real estate market in New York, which I don't really care about. So maybe I want to see, maybe it says something about Orange County. Let's say if it does. So my point is that you can ask whatever article if it's actually talking about something that you might be interested in. Including specific data on Southern California and Orange County. Orange County has seen substantial growth with a year-over-year home price increase of 21.7%, marking one of the highest gains in the region. The median home price in Orange County has risen to 1.2 million, driven by strong demand and low inventory. These trends reflect competitive where homes are selling above list prices and often within days of listing. For homeowners in Irvine or Orange County considering selling, these trends present an excellent opportunity to capitalize on rising blah, blah, blah. So you see what I'm getting? Like literally this is very easy. So what I did is I created a prompt library for all of you.
Nice.
It's designed to cover various aspects of real estate marketing, from email communication to social media and client outreach. It allows real estate market agents to efficiently leverage AI-powered foundational models for their marketing efforts. So this, I'm going to ask Carlos to send out to everybody. So these are just examples. So scripts for FSBO for sell by owner outreach. Prompt, provide a script for approaching FSBOs in a down market using language to mitigate the most common pushbacks, such as commission concerns, confidence in selling, and past experience selling homes. Use, generate scripts for real estate agents to approach FSBO sellers in difficult markets. Buyer introduction emails, interview questions for hiring an assistant, property listing descriptions, buyer consultation, follow-up, open house invitation. So basically you just copy the prompt and start playing with it and you can get those materials. There's more here. Property pitch, expired listing script, first time buyer for frequent asked question responses, testimonial request email, real estate newsletter content, onboarding email, referral request email, event invitation script. The end. Question, let's discuss. Comments, yes?
So, can you get chat? What was it chat?
ChatGPT?
For free?
Yes, you can.
So are we limited with what we can do on?
So the
free
difference
version?
would be if you're using the non-paid version, you can't upload pictures, you can't put URLs, and it can't go to the web and look for things. I believe it has information till like,
It's dated a couple of years,
Yeah.
isn't it?
so you can get like, if you're asking like, how was the market in 1985? Maybe you could, because believe me, it has all of the information ever created probably by now. So if you ask something, again, you still need to check the information, but yeah, you can get pretty much you want. but you would have to pay for it.
But you might try the free version. So
You can try it if you like, if you're,
Free version is
yeah,
good. But for professionals, I think it's the best investment.
really,
It's what, 20 a month?
it's $20 a month. So it's not, and Canva to create graphics, you can create graphics, I created this presentation on Canva. And you see these icons?
Uh-huh.
I created as well, just telling like, oh, I'm giving a presentation about AI, blah, 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 blah.
And it helped you just improve it.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So like literally people, you just need to ask and it'll be given to you. It's cool. Any other
Do a
questions?
CMA for us?
If you can input the relevant information,
Mhm.
yeah. Whatever information you input into the system and you ask for whatever, like very specific things, it'll give you whatever. Like I've uploaded PDFs, I've uploaded, it can program. I don't know if you program, but like I do a lot of HTML.
Oh, every day.
Right? Richard every day asks me, how do I do this?
I do. Thanks for pointing that out.
But you can program with it too.
So a CMA, I'm just curious. So, you know, with the MLS, you're familiar with it now, right? We can get a selection of homes and if we somehow download that and say, create a CMA and.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
You can upload any type of information and ask for whatever you want. I'm not saying it's gonna give you exactly what you can craft it 100%. It's really easy. Like literally all of these prompts that I created, it took me 30 minutes. So do it. The idea here is to make things easier for you. Because you have a lot of tasks like marketing wise, you have to do a lot of networking, you have to do a lot of open houses. And you don't really want to be on your computer trying to figure out how to create content for your October newsletter.
Just
You know?
say 1 hour.
On your next open house that you're like bored to death, just start creating content for your.
So the calendar that you were showing us, I assume that must distribute the information at that specific date.
Yeah, so this is not the class, this is just about AI. But another class, normally the class I give with Carlos, I teach once we have the content, right? The graphic, the social media description, then we go to Canva, create the graphic, and then we go to Meta Business Suite and we upload everything and then we can have everything scheduled.
So 3 applications.
So basically it would be ChatGPT, Canva, and Facebook Meta Suite, yes. And Facebook Meta Suite, Business Meta Suite schedules everything, not only for Facebook, but also for Instagram. So
And you can schedule the whole month. in one
you can
sitting.
schedule you can schedule 3 months ahead. And the good thing once you're in the calendar, the Facebook calendar, it tells you, hey, you want to create a Labor Day post. It gives you like, this is what's coming next. This is it gives you ideas as well. So, yes.
Have you been doing anything with TikTok yet?
Just videos. I do them with a couple of agents, but I mean, the only traction you get there is if it's for Gen Zers. Honestly, I don't think it's a relevant marketing tool for
Maybe
real
for
estate agents
rentals.
just yet, but it will be for sure. Also, with this idea, start getting comfortable in front of a camera. You need to, you must. I don't know how you do it. I wouldn't be able to do it, but you need to be comfortable in front of a camera, I think. Anything else?
How would you use being a video of yourself with ChatGPT?
So this is what I do. I already do it. So I do it with Holden, for example, and we say, okay, so the Fed just either raised or lowered rates. I get that information, I put it on ChatGPT and I say, create a script for a 1-minute video that's going to YouTube. Boom. Good afternoon, I'm Holden Bowers of blah, blah. It creates the whole thing. Now what I do is I grab that. I use an app called CapCut. In CapCut, you can paste the script there, because normally I've seen agents that are like here and they're like, because, you know, so in the CapCut has this function where you can paste the script that I created with ChatGPT and it just starts how do you call this? Like you can read from your screen, scrolling, thank you. So yeah, I already use it.
So you can
You,
just read, you don't have to memorize.
exactly.
You're not looking down at your.
You're not even thinking about the script. It's
If-
literally you just input information and you just say, create a script for me.
If you wanted to do audio too, at this point, you could take any script input and clone your voice and it would just actually use your voice.
Oh,
to
what?
speak
The tone of your
it
voice.
too. Yeah. And it's getting to the point where right now you can do it with video with artificial, people doing the video and it looks like a person. But soon you'll be able to take a certain amount of video of yourself and then just artificially generate a video of
Anything.
you doing
It,
it.
al- it already exists. It looks a little not super organic,
Yeah.
but it'll get there
Yeah,
in like 2 years. So.
Wow.
Yay, AI.
What else? Amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
Fantastic presentation.
Any other questions for Cecilia?
Where are we on?
Oh, everybody turn your cards in. Nobody's turning cards in.
Oh.
Yeah, now's your opportunity. Any other questions about anything else in general? No, none. Okay.
quick question,
What's
comment
that?
about the new, I did my first open house this week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay.
right.